Biden vows to defend, literally every inch of NATO territory. Article 5 is a sacred commitment.
Here's a summary of the article.
President Biden addressed the group of European nations known as the Bucharest Nine on Wednesday, stressing the need to stand up to Russian aggression and emphasizing the United States' commitment to NATO allies. While pointing out the other nations' role in fending off a Russian threat, Biden made it perfectly clear that the U.S. will be there with them if any NATO member is attacked. The commitment of the United States to NATO, I've said it to you many times and I'll say it again, is absolutely clear. Article 5 is a sacred commitment the United States has made, Biden said. We will defend literally every inch of NATO. Every inch of NATO. Article 5 of the NATO Treaty says that an armed attack against one or more member countries shall be considered an attack against them all, and that each member will assist the party or parties so attacked by taking forthwith such action as it deems necessary, including the use of armed force, to restore and maintain the security of the North Atlantic area. NATO chief calls on allies to stockpile weapons for Ukraine. Report. Biden said that with Russia continuing its offensive, what literally is at stake is not just Ukraine, it's freedom. Following Biden's remarks, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg claimed that Russian President Vladimir Putin is showing no signs of slowing down or seeking peace, but is preparing for world war.
This post received a score of 71,000, with an upvote ratio of 81%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I live in Moldova and the tension between Moldova proper and Transnistrian separatists is slowly increasing. So it may happen that I'll see y'all soon in the trenches on the Dniester shore.
Shit. This must be a very difficult time for anyone living in Moldova. Would Ukraine fall, so would you. But that won't happen.
Well, yay for the people in Moldova, the war is just as real as for those in Lviv.
As someone in Lviv, I don't think that's quite fair. Certainly the consequences of Ukraine losing the war would be dire for them. However, they don't have the constant air raid sirens, missile attacks, and their young men being shipped off to fight that makes the war very real here.
Out of curiosity, how extensive have the conscripts in Lviv been? I see videos online, but it's hard to get a true sense of how many people it is impacting. Have most of the young men in your city been sent off to the war?
Geopolitics aside, why did they Photoshop Biden in a gun store?
Fox News.
And they have a vested interest in making Biden look like a warmonger. Edit. Read the responses below and you'll see how easily conservatives take this kind of bait. Law.
I thought they liked guns. Doesn't this just make him look badass to their viewers?
The right continually makes Biden look like a badass,
while simultaneously claiming he is both senile and a bumbling idiot and completely incompetent, while also claiming he is an autocratic, brutal warlord hellbent on brainwashing the population and creating eternal war.
The enemy is both extremely strong and extremely weak.
Umberto Eco must be both smiling and crying from the afterlife. Smiling because of how often his work is being referenced, and crying because it has to be referenced at all.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
The ultimate, I told ya so.
Hi, European here. We also vow to defend literally every 2.54 centimeters of NATO territory. 07.
That's a good attitude to have. You know what they say, if you gave them 2.54 centimeters, they take 1.6 kilometers.
It's actually a real concern. Would NATO risk a war if Russia moved the border just a few kilometers or even meters, declared it to be Russian soil, and threaten with total war and nuclear annihilation if challenged? Would we risk tens of thousands dead, at a minimum, for a kilometer of Estonian land? This is why his statement is not only to be taken figuratively, but quite literally. We need to put the point of total escalation at zero, exactly to prevent any escalation that may be caused by Russia trying to find this exact point.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.